Shout out to Robinhood for sponsoring this update. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptocurrencies, and it's all commission free. They're also giving nobodies a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you get your portfolio started. Sign up at theknow.robinhood.com. That's theknow.robinhood.com. Welcome to The Know, I'm Brian. Despite the closure of Telltale Games, Netflix says it's still going to make a game based on its Stranger Things series. The streaming service told Polygon they're still moving forward as planned with bringing Minecraft Story Mode to the service. They're still working on that with what's left of Telltale. As for Stranger Things, Netflix said, we're in the process of evaluating other options for bringing the Stranger Things universe to life in an interactive medium. Wait, interactive medium, is that what they're calling video games? So just say video game. Apparently, the Stranger Things game wasn't planned to release on Netflix like Minecraft. Instead, it was just going to be a licensed game similar to other Telltale games. Netflix said in a statement, we are saddened by the news about Telltale Games. They developed many great games in the past and left an indelible mark in the industry. It looks like with the Spyro remake on the horizon, Activision is cracking down on at least one fan game related to the character. The creator of the fan-made game called Spyro Myths Awaken said they recently got a cease and desist letter from Activision's lawyers. They posted the letter on the Spyro subreddit. It basically said Spyro's Activision's intellectual property and you gotta stop. The creator wrote in a follow-up post that they're going to remake it into an independent game. They wrote, while we planned for something like this potentially happening and built our game around this possibility and will be continuing with our game on its own, separate from Spyro past this point, this is something to be cautious of for any other fan games out there with Spyro at the moment or people thinking about doing Spyro fan games. Now, the remake trilogy, I believe that is due out in November. Meanwhile, Xbox One fans who have been bummed about missing Spider-Man, I hear you, but it looks like you're about to get a pretty good game yourself. The open world racer Forza Horizon 4 isn't out for another week, but the reviews so far, they are looking very positive. It's got a 92 on Metacritic, 91 on OpenCritic. That all indicates pretty good reviews. Everyone liked it. US Gamer said it's an incredibly impressive graphical production that puts even its beautiful predecessor to shame, and it's a true pleasure when out on the road. GameSpot said that developer Playground Games continues to excel at making the act of virtual driving exciting, approachable, and entertaining without sacrificing complexity. Lots of reviewers said that it looked particularly impressive on the Xbox One X. US Gamer said it's one of a handful of showcase games that truly ought to sell you on an Xbox One X and a 4K TV. Yeah, you're going to pay for that? I would love to play it on that. Just give me a few $1,000s. And Games Radar wrote, Forza Horizon 4 isn't as bombastic as its predecessor, but still a challenging and all-encompassing online racer. And the more introverted moments of driving through autumnal or snow-dusted Britain are beautiful, especially as a showcase for Xbox One X. The game releases, I believe it's next week, October 2nd for Xbox One and PC. Speaking of reviews, we've also got some for FIFA 19 and pretty decent. It's got an 84 on both OpenCritic and Metacritic, with critics praising the visuals and the gameplay. God is a Geek liked how movement has been improved, especially when it comes to ball control and first touches. It wrote, this is without a doubt the best football game of the year, potentially of all time. Forbes called it visually stunning, fun, and deep. Despite all the concerns about loot boxes as it relates to FIFA's Ultimate Team mode, it's kind of the OG of loot boxes. Eurogamer said that it's relentlessly compelling, but they also said, talking about Ultimate Team mode, that it is by definition a pay-to-win experience. The game releases for pretty much everything, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on September 28th. All right, let's talk about Dragon Quest XI. I know I bring it up all the time, but I love it. So it's been getting good reviews after it released in the West earlier this month, but if we want to see future games in the franchise released outside of Japan, it will need to sell well. That's according to the series producer Hakuto Okamoto, who told IGN, we need Dragon Quest to sell well in the West, even just a certain amount if we want to keep making localized versions. Now, he didn't give a specific amount, and while Dragon Quest games, they always always do well in Japan. It's been spottier in the West. 1 and 4 got released here, but Dragon Quest 5 and 6 did not initially release in the West until they were ported to the DS several years later. Dragon Quest 10, that was an MMO, it never released outside of Japan. So hopefully it'll do well. The Western release of Dragon Quest 11, it got pretty respectable views by critics, but it also released the same week as Spider-Man. So guys, if you could have just bumped it up a few weeks, you would have had the whole time to yourself. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully it'll do well. I want more Dragon Quest. It looks like there is a new Pokemon out in the wild for Pokemon Go players. In a new video on the Pokemon YouTube channel, Professors Oak and Willow showed off Melton, which is a Hex Nut Pokemon. It's a mythical steel type. It's already popped up in Pokemon Go, but when players caught it, it turned into a plain old Ditto, so it was very frustrating. People didn't know what was going on. Well, the Pokemon website solved the mystery. It gave us a little description. It said its body is made from liquid metal, and it can use liquid arms and legs to corrode and absorb metal into its own body. Also generates electricity, which it can use as an energy source as well as to attack. The website added that we have learned that Pokemon Go is somehow key to meeting this curious new Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We'll be sure to provide updates as we discover more. So it's not clear yet if you can catch it in the Pokemon Let's Go games or you'll just have to transfer it from Pokemon Go. They're definitely working in on a tie-in angle there. All right, let's do some entertainment news. One of the most famous Westerns is getting the remake treatment. The Wild Bunch will be remade by Mel Gibson, who will co-write and direct. Sam Peckinpah's original film is considered to be a classic of the genre. It's a super violent Western focused on a group of aging outlaws who reunite for a final big score. Now, Gibson's work as a director seems pretty suited for this task. He can handle brutal violence pretty well. He did Braveheart, Passion of the Christ, even Hacksaw Ridge was very chock full of blood and mayhem. It's early days for the project. Still, we don't have a cast or a release date, but it's in the works. At the same time, Gibson also developing a World War II drama called Destroyer that will star Mark Wahlberg. That will likely shoot first, probably next spring, so unlikely that Wild Bunch will go before any cameras any earlier than 2020. All right, speaking of 2020, February of 2020 is going to be a packed month for movies, so mark that down in your calendar now. Typically, big films, they stick to a spring, summer, or holiday release schedule, but that February is going to see the new James Bond film and an as-yet unknown live-action Disney film, and now DC is going to put its Harley Quinn-led group of female anti-heroes, Birds of Prey, in there as well. As of this very moment, Birds of Prey, it's going to open February 7th. Bond and the untitled Disney film currently have the next weekend, that's Valentine's Day weekend, staked out. Though it's unknown what the live-action Disney film is, the company did see success with Black Panther in February, so might be Black Panther 2 in that slot, although if it is, they'll have to announce it pretty soon if it's going to get made in time to be ready for that release date. All right, that is all the news we've got for today. Let us know what you think about all these stories down in the comments below. For all your news from every corner of the internet, like this video, subscribe to The Know. Better yet, visit us on our website, theknow.tv. If you're already there, you're in the right place. See you soon. Thanks to Robinhood for sponsoring this update. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptocurrencies. And while other brokerages might charge you up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge you any commission fees, so you can trade stocks, keep all the profits. They've got easy to understand charts and market data, and you can make a trade with just 4 taps on your phone. That is not a lot of taps. You can also view collections of stocks like the 100 most popular or entertainment stocks or social media stocks, and they've got analyst ratings of buy, hold, or sell for every stock. They're also giving our nobodies a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint, just to help you get your portfolio started. Sign up at theknow.robinhood.com. That's theknow.robinhood.com.